Hi guys, okay, so we've been traveling quite a bit, and often most of our trips we actually sleep in tents, and a mattress and where you sleep is a very big part of your trip. So if like us, you have been through a couple of options and are just tired of looking around, let me take some of the effort and some of the pain out for you and show you the last two options that we've been looking at and been testing. One quite a bit longer than the other one, but I think they compare, they're quite good competitors, and they are definitely ones that one should consider. So the first one that we've been using is, well, that we've tested now. This one we rented from GoCamp specifically to test it. They first gave us a normal foam mattress, which wasn't very nice, wasn't very impressed. So the second one they gave us was this one. Now they've given us, they've obviously made their own bag for it. And the reason for that is, even though Tentco, this is a Tentco self-inflating mattress, even though they claim it can roll up to 19 centimeters, which should be around about that size, this clearly is not 19 centimeters. You can see there my hand is quite big, and it is definitely quite big. So the thing with this one is it does self-inflate, so if it's left for a while it does try and go bigger, so I will give it that. But well, best efforts we could not get it to 19 centimeters, there's just no way. So to get it out of the bag is quite a process. You have to basically squeeze it, you have to get it out, it's quite a struggle. But once you have it out, it is out. So that's how you get it out, basically. Because remember, you're camping just one night maybe, you don't want to spend too much effort. So keep that in mind when looking at this one. So if you roll it open, it's very nice and big, it's spacious, it's about, I'd say about 2 meters long, so it's not too small. I'm a tall guy, and it works for me. It's not a problem. So you've got two valves here, which you can just turn loose. You'll hear the air starts going in. They don't come off, so you won't lose them unless something breaks. So you do that. You throw it in your tent and you leave it. Roughly, they say about 20 minutes. It will puff itself up basically and become a proper mattress. So the problem with that is, they call it the open cell foam. So I'm not a foam expert, so it sounds good, it works. You can see that it can go quite flat. But the problem that we found with that is, even if it starts out nice and soft, because it's what I would call just a soft mattress, soft foam, if you're lying and you're a big person like me, you're lying on this for the night, you know, you put your shoulder, you're sleeping on your shoulder, and basically you're pressing almost like a hole in the mattress. So you're constantly feeling that it's just not giving you support where you want it. So if you feel it like this, it's nice, but it does tend to feel a bit hard when you're sleeping on it. As much as it is now, feels nice and soft to the hand. So the idea is you leave it like this. I'm going to leave it now. And then what they said now, when we got it, is you then, after a while, before you go sleep, you just puff it up a bit. So you just blow it, and you can just blow it up a bit to give it a little bit of extra air. So I'm going to leave this one like this for now. It's both mattresses today are basically the same size. This one is a little bit narrower like this, but a little bit longer. The other option is a little bit shorter, not that much, and 1 or 2 centimeters narrower. So my other option that we use, and we've had these two now for about a year, our children sleep on them, is a Lumeo. It's a Lumeo Air Mattress. You must have seen this on Facebook and everywhere we advertise this one. Very small packaging, you can see there, compared to this. Quite a big difference. I've seen people with bigger water bottles than this these days, so very small. They say it's 250 grams. Personally, I think it feels a bit more heavy. I haven't weighed it, but it's light. It's not a very difficult thing to carry. Definitely if you're hiking and something like that, it will be nice to carry. Comes with its own little bag. And so you take that out, you've got the bag, you keep that somewhere in the corner, and you can roll this out. So a couple of things that it's got, just a couple of features. It's a nice green color. It's got little things here on the edges on both sides, so you can clip two of them together or more of them, I suppose, and it basically makes a double bed. So you can see in comparison, it's basically the same. This one will still, the bottom one, Tentco one, will still stretch out a bit, so it will get a bit longer. But you can see there, it's basically the same size. Nothing different on the size. And but almost like a piece of plastic. So then this one, the Lumeo, it's got they call it a foot pump. We've tried it with a foot. It's very difficult with your feet to pump this thing up. But it's got a valve at the back for deflating. So you take that, you just open it, and the whole thing will deflate by itself. You just squeeze it, and to put it back, you just stick it in very nice and firm. And then on the front one, you've got this. So you can just open it like that, and it's got a little no-return valve there, and it's got like a sponge or a cushion or something inside here on this corner. So what you'll do now, I'll come and do it here. It's a very simple process. You basically give it CPR, which is, I suppose, is the same thing. You're giving it oxygen, and so you'll pump it like this, and it doesn't take long. It's anyone who does it. We've got 2 5-year-old boys, they pump up their own mattresses. It's a very simple process. Just the only thing, you need to keep the valve open. And if you go too fast, it tends to take longer. You need to give it time for the sponge to suck up some more oxygen. Okay, so we pump this up. Okay, so as soon as it gets tight, you can sort of immediately feel that it pumps a little bit different here, and you can stop. It doesn't let the air out when you stop immediately, so you have some time to click this in. You can hear it makes like a clicking sound, very nice. And there you've got your mattress. Now, it is extremely light still, obviously, but you can see these lines here. Now, each like chamber like this has got very small like vents in between them. So if you push in here, it doesn't immediately move all the way away. It just compresses that one. So when you're sleeping and you're moving around, it doesn't like a normal air mattress. Just you push this leg down and that leg goes up. It's nothing like it. It's a very sturdy mattress. It's got also, like this side, if you can see here, there's like a 3 what's a little bit higher, so they call this a built-in pillow. So you don't even need a pillow if you can hiking or something. Our boys sleep without a pillow on this one. You can feel it's very sturdy, it's very nice. And on the bottom it looks like that, but the grey side goes at the bottom, the green side on top. What's nice of this one also is it's very firm, and we've used this specific one many times, and it stays like this. If you're sleeping now, big guy like me, doesn't matter. You can sleep on it tomorrow morning, it will still be like this, which makes it very nice. You can see there the difference now in height. That one is now basically like it will be. Not going to get much better. So if I align them here, you can see here, this one is a little bit longer by that much, but it's, for most people that's not going to be a factor. This one is a little bit wider. The Lumeo is definitely a little bit wider, but 1 or 2 centimeters. So that's the one thing. Physically, I'd say their size is the same, but if you're sleeping on it, the thickness, that one, it's very puffy. Even if you blow air, you can blow it as tight as you want. You're gonna halfway through the night be feeling as your hip is touching the ground. Because basically, the longer you press, the deeper you'll go if you're pressing on the same side. And I mean, you're lying still when you sleep, so your arm is going to be pressing the whole foot side. That's just the way that foam works. This one, on the other hand, you've got so much air, it can't go anywhere. It stays tight. So that's the one. Then to deflate it, to get this now back, you finish camping tomorrow morning. So this one, Lumeo, you just pull out this connector here. That's that one. This one. And it will deflate. So that's open. So then you'll squeeze it a little bit. Push it closed. Okay, so there's a big hole. The air can come out. You basically just fold this thing in half. Okay, it's obviously a lot easier when you're on the ground. A little bit different. You're squeezing it. Get the air out. What you could also do even is what we do with most of our stuff. You just pull the plug out in the morning early. You leave it. By the time you get to all the air has basically left by itself. So this one, you press like this, and it will go down. Air comes out very quickly. And you fold it flat. Okay, you keep going like that until you get to this size. You roll it. Once you've got the air out, you fold it open, you fold it in a little bit, and you roll it up nice and tight. Stick it back in its bag. It becomes this size. It's a very standard process. No elbow grease involved. It's a standard, easy process. You get this one back in. Okay, so I'm not going to do that now, but you can take my word for it. It's easy. Now this one, once you've now finished sleeping, you open both valves. And now the idea is that you need to roll this one up from the side. And as you do, you need to squeeze the air out without letting air come back into the part that you've now done. So on your knees, you'll be, that's the way we did it. All the other opinions that we got, that's how it works. So you'll put your two knees here, your two hands here, and you roll it very slowly. And as you go, you'll push the air out to the front. Now, it's not very tiring, but it's not an easy process. It's one of those things your wife's going to do halfway once, and then she's going to say it's your problem. Do the rest. So you don't, it's not that anyone can do it. 5-year-old child is going to roll up his own mattress. Definitely not. It's a process. The air needs to go through all the cells. It needs to go out. It is it's not a quick process. Let's put it that way. It's not impossible to do, and it's not. But if you on an overland trip, for example, you camping every night somewhere else, it's going to be very tiring for you. Because it's time consuming, especially if you have original Tentco bag. You can see there it's now squeezing it. To get the air out, you can actually hear all the air coming out. So it's very impressive. It's quite a cool sponge that they've used. But it's not, it's a harder process, to put it that way. You're going to twist a little bit more at the end when you finish with it. Yeah, so then you've got the air out. Now, okay, I didn't squeeze it a lot now, but even if you do, it doesn't come much smaller than this, I'm afraid. They say 19 centimeters, so it's probably closer to 50 at the moment. And I think the testimony to that is even Go Camp has provided their own bag for this. So you don't get it with the original bag. All their mattresses like this has their own canvas thing. Okay, and then you have to now get it in the bag, which even on the, so the best way is to close here, then at least you know not too lots of air is going to go back in. And then you put it in a bag like you would anything else, a sleeping bag or something. And you got it back in. So fortunately this is a nice bag from our camp. They thought they had a bit on this one. And you've got your mattress. So you can see there, not the easiest, but not impossible. You can see there, so there's the Tentco self-inflating. Here you see this one I left now. I can roll it up. Still got a bit of air in it. So the easiest now is once you've got it like that, put that one side. Easiest part. Put it nice across it over. And then you just start rolling it here. Because now the valve is that side, so I can just nice and quick as you go. There's no sponge to empty, there's no nothing, that's just open. So you just roll it up. As you go, the air goes out, everything rolls up, and there's your mattress. Okay, so I didn't do it perfectly nice now, but there you go and see the difference. Okay, this one you can put in the bag, and then you are sorted. Okay, so you need to roll it up a little bit neater, but there you see. So it's both have a purpose, I suppose, but personally I think this one, it's not the most comfortable, and it's not the smallest one for packing. So if you've got lots of space and you're not traveling too often different places, this one might work. But I think for overall sleeping, either way, this one sleeps nicer. It's more solid sleep. You can link them together with your partner's mattress. They stay on this place. Almost the only negative is because it's so light. It might, depending on, I don't know, it might feel a little bit too loose on the ground or with your mattress, and so we put a 3/4 sheet over them, which, by the way, a 3/4 fitted sheet. If you put two of these together, we clip them in. A 3/4 normal fitted sheet fits perfectly over them, and because it's thicker and this is thin, it goes nice around the corners, and you've got your very nice fitted sheet, which you can just from a fold into and carry it with you. So we just use that, and we've got 2 sleeping bags on top, and we are sorted. So yeah, that's a review. Tentco self-inflating and mattress, and the Lumeo Air Mattress, both very nice. Although this one, personally, easier to set up, easier to fold down, and a better sleep. Price-wise, I think they're similar. This one's a little bit cheaper than this one, but either way, I think price-wise and size-wise, they're very the same. The Lumeo has a weight, maximum weight of 160 kilograms, which is considerable considering what it is. And I've slept on it many times, and I can tell you it's handled my weight perfectly well. This one I don't think really has a maximum because it's a sponge. There's nothing. It's not like a blow-up mattress that will like burst or something, I suppose. This one very nice, but I don't think it has a weight limit. So anyone's welcome to sleep on it. I do think, however, you basically just sleeping closer to the ground wherever you are. So yes, thank you for watching. I hope it helps with your decisions to find the perfect mattress.